Hi everyone, it's Path. So today I'm going to start a new series that talk about and take a look at the Pokemon TCG Singapore Reddit, because normally there are quite some interesting topics to talk about. Some of them is actually quite toxic. Those I probably won't touch, but I think the things that can help, those are the things that I'm going to focus on. We are going to do this every week, trying to keep it as concise as I can. The first one is about TCG stock at Pokemon Center Singapore. So this OP was asking, they're going to Changi Airport in a few days and wondering whether they can get any packs, and they heard the stock is unreliable, which is very true because this morning I was just there. I was there I think 2 minutes before the shop was open, so I was queuing up, and in front of me there were probably 20% in front of me, or maybe even 30, and then once the store is open, everybody start moving in and everybody just form a straight line to the cashier. And those are probably for the people who are buying packs, because if you are not buying packs, then they will ask you to move off the line. So I was in the queue, and I think this morning they were having the sale for Paradox Rift 5-pack limit for each person. It's not the sleeve booster, but just a normal booster pack, so 5 per person. So I think by my count there were probably about 20% in front of me who actually got a pack, and then it was sold out before I was maybe halfway through the line. Actually, I wasn't really very interested in buying it. I just wanted to try. Actually have not been trying to buy things from Pokemon Center for a long time. First of all, it's at MSRP. Many people say that at retail is a good price, but for me, I was able to get things under MSRP, especially like booster box, booster packs, the newer set. Even ETB, I have my way of getting it under MSRP, whether it's to get in a larger amount and flip some of it. So I'm not exactly very motivated to do that, but today I have some time, and I brought one of my kids to the Pokemon Center because today it was a school holiday for them, just to have fun. If you are thinking about doing that, it really depends on luck. I think we are lucky today, at least they have some pack, but it was sold out pretty quickly, couldn't get any packs. But there were people who say that if you want to go, make sure you go way before 10 o'clock, because by the time it was sold out for me this morning, I think it was within 5 minutes. So if you are late, or even if you are not there at least half an hour before the store open, I don't think you can get anything at all, at least for today. If they have more stock, maybe you can get something. I mean, I have gotten 20 packs, 50 packs from as a limit from the shop before, but it really depends on how much stock there are. But I do not have very good luck with them, at least in the last 6 months or so. So higher chance if you drop in before noon. I think it depends. If they restock in the morning, then if you go by noon, there's nothing. Here it says don't go if you can't. I think he meant you can be there by 10 a.m. and no expectation, no disappointment. This is definitely there. I still saw this on the shelf behind the cashier if you want to buy, but it is expensive and there's not much pack in them, and it's very bulky too. So yeah, then this person was asking about ETB. Definitely no, I haven't seen any ETB since maybe December last year. If you're lucky, maybe they do restock, but I will not bang on it. Yeah, you have to be very lucky, and maybe the first person in line to be able to buy this at all. So otherwise, probably nothing. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This is actually a better topic to talk about. In fact, I think it's something that many people did not really think about, and so the person was asking, retailer that sell Pokemon card in Singapore. So recently moved to Singapore to study, wanted to know what a big retailer. So online, of course, you see that in the US they have the Walmart, Target, Costco, and things like that. Then they were asking, so somebody actually answered. I think this covered most of what I can share as well. So they say NTUC fair price, which is like the supermarket. If you go to the big ones, the extra, NTUC extra, fair price extra, the fair price finest, I think mostly the extra, finest, I don't think they have it. But even I heard some of the small ones, the normal fair price actually do carry them, and allow you to check stock in specific store. I have not used this before online as an app. Maybe it will be a good idea. The next one on the list is Don Donkey. So this is a big Japanese franchise. In Japan, most of the big ones, they do sell cards, but in Singapore, some of them do. I have seen them before, but I have even seen some, they usually sell at MSRP, and I've seen ETB, like a Paradox Ray for Temporal Forces. I think this is months back. Now I don't see them so often. Probably not. But they do have like team decks and things like that. Cards, not so much. Maybe when they have a big restock, maybe do they have them? I'm not too sure. But I do hear that some people have good, pretty good luck with Donononki. If there's one near you that, you know, sell or carry Pokemon TCG, maybe it's worth checking out. Toys R Us, very, very rare, and I've asked the cashier before. They say they pretty much have nothing recently in the last few months. If they do, they will announce usually. But I have not had very good luck with Toys R Us at all. Kitty Palace, again, is only the big ones. If you have any that is big enough and carry the stock, maybe it will be nice. You can ask them. The next one is pretty interesting. This is Popular Bookstore. Very, very interesting because there's one near me, and I was lucky enough to actually catch them restocking it. They say restock infrequent. Yeah, I'm not sure, because at the moment what I saw on the shelf is team decks and also holiday calendar box. I was lucky enough to catch ETB, black and white ETB restock, and also the mini tin. And yeah, but my experience was not very good because I was actually the first one in line to buy them. And the nice thing about Popular is that because if you're a member, you can even get 10% off the item. It applies for TCG product as well, so I actually even got it below MSRP. Was very, very happy about that. But what I was not very happy about is actually the cashier was putting away the stock as soon as, you know, the stock is, you know, display the items. So that means if I was not there when the stockist was restocking it physically, I probably will not see it at all, because as soon as I bought it, the cashier actually put everything else, at least the valuable things, into the cabinet, and I don't see it anymore. I heard them saying about, you know, reserving it for a friend or something like that. And yeah, it's not very nice. And if this is true for all the Popular, you probably won't see anything at all, unfortunately. 7-Eleven and Shell petrol station, I'm not too sure. I've heard and I've seen some of the bigger ones actually carry them, but I will not go there on purpose to try to find. And one more that I think was not mentioned here, at least two more, was that one is a Challenger electronics store. Most of them actually have at least a section for Pokemon TCG, especially the bigger ones, so you can take a look at them. The other one is Best Denki. The Best Denki used to carry them as well. I've bought some tins there, but recently not so much. Maybe they have stopped carrying them. Yeah, but if you have any big ones near you, I think you can again take a look at them. Other than that, I do not think there are many. There's not too many places that are actually selling at MSRP. At the moment, MSRP is a big deal. It's considered a good value, but you know, if it goes back to the situation like last year when MSRP is expensive, then you will probably start finding many stocks in these places again at MSRP. Let's move on to the next one. Reasonable price shop. This one is tough, and they're asking about preferably those that accept SG60 CDC voucher. So for those of you who do not know, this is, you know, CDC voucher is something that's given by the Singapore government to support the family. So you can use this and also to support the neighborhood stores. First response I saw here is that somebody said no such thing exists. Unfortunately, I do have to sort of agree with this. I mean, the shop that I go to, or at least the one that I'm supporting, they are still selling at pretty reasonable price, especially if they are getting, you know, stocks from the distributor. Normally he will not upcharge too much to the regulars. For those who walk in who don't have a good relationship with them, maybe they will sell at you know, higher price, but still cheaper than most of the market price in Singapore. But any other shops recently that I've at least visited to try to find out more, they're selling at close to market price. So if you're looking at very, very good price and still in the neighborhood area, that accept CDC voucher, it's pretty difficult. So yeah, so at the moment it's not going to be easy to do this. So I hope you have good luck with this. So somebody said Inferno Gaming, but unfortunately it's expensive, 20 to 30% markup. The one that I usually supported in the past is I think I have mentioned the name before, War Games in Amokyo. They also jack up their price a lot, but in the past, like last year, they are very reasonable and they accept CDC. So if the situation goes back to like last year when the market is down again, maybe you can support them. Neutral Gaming, I have also mentioned, actually their price is honestly pretty good, and some of the items recent pack, they are even selling at very close to MSRP. I think Journey Together, they are selling at $7 or something like that. I cannot remember, 7 or 7.90, so very close to MSRP. So it's not too bad. So you can try visit them as well, but I'm not sure if I don't think they accept CDC because they're in an industrial area. It's not really neighborhood area. Let's move on to the next one. Game Academia. Are they legit? There are actually quite a lot of people asking about certain shops, or especially people on Carousel, whether they are trustworthy and things like that. I think it's good to ask, but this is actually a shop, and I think they do have a brick and mortar. They accept pre-order for Mega Evolution. So yeah, somebody said that they are okay because but unfortunately they probably will not be able to allocate the pre-release, and they are listed on Microsoft site as a official seller. So they will be able to get something, but probably at the moment any pre-order is most likely going to be heavily allocated, so just have to be aware of that. And this one is interesting. Facebook admin double standard, so increase price for his pre-order and insist no refund, delete comments when people question him. This one has been stirring up some pretty big hoo-ha in the last few days. I've been watching this like how I'm watching a drama. I do not know what group this is. I'm not in the same group, and what they basically says that the group admin delete any people who are asking why the price went up. Is this one is referring to the pre-order for Japanese McDonald's promo pack. So he originally posted it for $42, which is actually very expensive, and later on went up to $48, and this is after he confirmed the pre-order for others, and he even admitted that he's overcharging because he has 100% allocation. The market is $25 to $29 right now. Yeah, that's true. I actually ordered some for $26. Let's see whether I got it or not. So he increased the price, and when other people ask question why and they get banned, and there are down here there are also other people that says that the group actually delete other people who ask or who offer pre-order for the same product, which is very interesting. So I'm glad I'm not in the same group. So please be careful if you are using any of these Facebook group. If they are not good, there are other groups that you can use. I think this is the one that I use, so at least I have not seen anything like that from the admin. They do not manipulate the market, or they are not doing a monopoly on the market or anything like that. They try their best to be fair. I mean, there's a lot of scalper in the group, people who probably use bot to buy things from Pokemon Center Singapore, something like that, but it's really difficult for them to kick all of them out. I mean, it's a willing buyer, willing seller market, so what we can do is don't buy from them rather than supporting them. That's what we can do. But yeah, so if you know that the group is not good, maybe leave the group and go to somewhere else. Scammer, recently there are quite a lot of scamming going around, but this one is on the other side of the business. So they were saying that somebody bought packs on Ribbon Ship stream, and then they request for a refund after they watch the poll live, and so that's not very nice without informing the seller. So I would imagine if he hit something big, probably he will not refund, but because he probably didn't get anything good at all and he asked for a refund. So this is pretty interesting, and hope this person don't do things like that. This is definitely scam. If you really want to ask for a refund, maybe do it much earlier. I have not tried rip and ship before. I have not ordered anything. I don't do this as a business as well, so I'm not exactly sure what it is. So but if you're doing a business rip and ship, please take note of this. Next one is good luck trainer. Cards are getting printed to the ground. What he says is good luck if you start scalping, buy to keep and think it's gonna give you a good flip. Chances is that you're making other people richer now. Okay, thanks, bye. So basically this person is probably just trying to warn everybody else, their cards are getting printed to the ground. Not sure where he get the idea from, because from what I heard, at least in the next Mega Evolution set, it's still going to be heavily allocated, probably similar to Destined Rival in Singapore. In US maybe it's true, maybe they get a lot more things, but in Singapore you can see other people are asking where you get this from, and Singapore still not getting things. Where other restock for Surging Spark, Destined Rival, Backbolt, White Flare, stocks are very scarce. Okay, I'll believe it when I see it. So I think that's true. I mean, I will not discount the fact that cards are being printed a lot, but is it enough to meet the demand? That remain to be seen. I hope it's true. I honestly hope it goes back to like how it was last year, when we can get things cheap and get things easily, don't have to go around hunting for things. I hope so, but until then I'm just going to buy less, like what I've been sharing with you guys. Buy less, much less than what I did last year. Still, I'm trying to enjoy myself. Okay, the last one that I'm going to talk about is this one. SG scene is toxic. Actually, I think I have one more I want to end on a positive term, but this one was a little bit more negative. SG Singapore scene is toxic, so they were talking about mostly on vendor, like everybody is just trying to make money, everybody is trying to get rich quick. And then he was saying that the vendor at the moment, taking everything cheap, 80%, 90%, 70%, and then trade at 110 or sell 100 at 110% because they have to pay their vending rental. The fact is that right now, vending shows pretty much at least one big one every month, small ones almost every week, and maybe sometimes a few in a week, smaller ones especially. So they were saying even Facebook group, some of them, I think I've shared this before, moderator syndicates. And they are running the Facebook group and as a monopoly, but in the past it was a little bit better. There are many people who actually agree, and especially people who have been around for a while, and they can compare what happened in years back as compared to now. It's pretty bad. I do agree, especially if you're looking to get sealed product. Don't go to trade show, there's no point. It's very, very expensive. But if you're looking at getting singles, I think it is still a nice place to go. At least you can browse and you can talk to them. We'll be able to find some who actually are willing to negotiate, and you can probably get something close to market or slightly below market. But don't think about getting a super good deal at the moment. It's very, very difficult. There's the situation in Singapore right now. Right, so here this is the one that I want to end with. This one is yesterday. They were talking about, previous post was about bad apple in the industry, in the Pokemon TCG scene. Now they want to talk about the good ones. I think this is something better to talk about. Somebody said trade show at one point go, I was there doing playing with my kids at the ground floor, but I didn't even know they were actually having a show in the another level 2 or level 3. Too bad I missed it, but I think it's a small one. So they were saying there's a booth selling pack, and at a decent price they give good deal. Burn a hole in their pocket. I think that's quite normal. Staff was good, looking through, and some kid came to buy, put something big, and the staff actually reminded the kid to be spend responsibly. I think that's good. Teach things to younger people. Father vending with son at expo, and the father actually teaching his son to talk to stranger properly. I think this is interesting. I mean, I take the opportunity to teach my kid about business, learning math, buying low and selling high. That's how you make money, and how to negotiate. These are actually important life skills. I think even though right now It is very difficult to talk about this. Whenever you talk about money, people are very sensitive at the moment. Nobody likes to hear it. But I think there are actually quite a lot of things to learn and to pass on to the younger people when they start. If they start getting exposed to these things earlier, I think they will learn how to deal with life much better in the future. And this one says about Pokédubs, I'm not sure who. OBO, Concept City, small one. Nice guy, willing to hear him rant about vendor insane markup. Much needed positivity, I think that's true. I hope we have more like this. A seller on Carousel, Bees Collectible, really nice guy, bought single, good price and nice talk, always throwing something extra. I hope this is not somebody who's just trying to pet, this seller up. I do not know who this is. I also do not know this Bees Collectible, but please be careful when you're reading things like this. This could be their mate or their friends, or just trying to pet their friends up. I'm not sure, but it's best to just check the review. Be very careful, do not trust them so easily. Yeah, but other than that, that's all for today. Let me know if you like this format. Let me know if it helps you at all. I mean, I'm going to try to do this at least once a week and then just go through the key ones in that week and just quickly talk through what are my thoughts about it. But I think as a summary of this week, it is really important to keep things positive. If you're going to cut show, talking to people, please help to make things positive, because we all want to enjoy the hobby. Even though things are expensive, it doesn't mean we have to spend a lot of money, especially money that you shouldn't be spending. Just spend a little bit more responsibly and try to make it a good experience for everybody. Right, see you in the next one.